Welcome back, everyone. My name is Ember, and today we are continuing our journey with One Piece with Volume 12. Also, decided to film outside today because I'm already packed up and going somewhere for the weekend. Didn't have time to set up in the normal area, so we're just going to do it outside, see how that goes. Someone's cutting their lawn, but who cares? Anyway, so Volume 12 covers chapters 100 to 108. So that's the very end of Log Town, and all the way up into a little bit into the Whiskey Peak arc, where Zoro is having his face off against the Baroque Works crew. So, lot to cover in this volume. I'm not sure quite how much I have. Well, we'll see. So, last chapter of Log Town, absolute fucking chaos going on as they're trying to set sail out of Log Town and heading towards the Grand Line. We got our little face-off between Zoro and I think her name's Tashigi. I forgot what her name is. The one military or navy swordsman, and we get that callback to Kuina, Zoro's childhood friend, where she thinks he's going easy on her because she's a woman, and immediately that pisses him off because of course it would. So it'll be interesting to see this little rivalry pop up, or again, I assume it'll pop up again. Zoro's making a lot of strong rivalries as a master swordsman, so I like seeing that. Zoro was definitely the star of this, a lot of this volume, even though he slept through a lot of it. But yep, that was fun. Just the absolute chaos as they're peeling out of Log Town. Oh, Captain Smoker, really liked him. He got the, I forgot what the name of the devil fruit he ate was, but it basically like turns his body into, he can turn his body into smoke that he can grab people with. A lot of devil fruit flowers popping up for this one. So we had that one with Captain Smoker. We had Alvida eating the slip fruit, which basically like makes her body, I guess, super slippery and nothing can like harm her skin. Hope to see more of that because she really didn't show too much of what she could do with it here. So hoping to see her again. Oda's really starting to flesh out his the powers that he's going to be exploring for these characters. So very interested to see more of that. I think that's all I have to say on the end of Log Town. Really good arc. Yeah, what else? Oh, we got this mysterious dragon character. Not much to say about him yet, because I just don't know what his deal is. But I'm curious, and definitely interested in seeing more of Captain Smoker. He seems like just a really cool dude who's going to be a good enemy for Luffy to fight. So that was that. And then we roll right into the Baroque Works saga, starting with Reverse Mountain. So this one is a lot of world building. We get a firmer idea of the geography of where the Red Line meets the Grand Line. It's got this cool, questionable physics, but I'll buy it. Where all the seas converge and force the water up the mountain. So that's kind of cool. And that's how, and that idea of how you get into like this intense speed trial of getting into the Grand Line. So that's a really cool idea, like geography wise. I like Oda's grasp of geography. It's just really interesting and fresh, at least from just like how it feels alive and how the characters interact with it. Like, the geography of the world itself feels like its own character that is working against the actual characters. So that was really cool to see. Let's see, what? And then we get, so yeah, we get that, we get the law, what's it called? the log something, whatever that little compass thing is that Nami gets from the whale guy, whereas like you have to physically, where you have to like actually chart out the magnetic fields of the Grand Line because it's so fucking crazy in there. Again, feels like the geography of the Grand Line feels like its own character working against them, so that's really cool. And it feels like what being a sailor was like back in the 1500s, 1600s. The world, the geography of the world was against you. You had to fight nature just as much as you had to fight man. So really cool, really liking that. Just seeing Oda, like, it's throw out idea after idea like this. It feels like I'm looking inside his mind, like inside his mind. That's his mind must be what the Grand Line looks like just this absolute chaotic mess that actually, but still has some reason to it. Like there are underlying rules to how everything works, but it's so fucking chaotic on the surface that you really have to dig deep to figure it out. So, really excited to see more of that. And of course, immediately as they're trying to get into the Grand Line, they just run into this shit. These, they called Neptunians, I guess? Just giant fucking sea monsters. And it's just immediately, as soon as they approach the Grand Line, they are completely dwarfed in size and power by the creatures that live there. So, immediately we get a sense for the Grand Line ain't no joke. You ain't fucking around here. You best be ready. So, immediately the Grand Line starts to deliver on the legends that it is promised. So, that was cool. As for this arc itself, again, this Reverse Mountain, as well as the first few chapters of Whiskey Peak, very dialogue heavy as opposed to a lot of East Blue, which I understand. This is the world building section of the series, so there's going to be a lot more dialogue, but it made ground to, I'm not going to say ground to a halt, but it definitely slowed, the pacing definitely slowed a bit, which is fine for now, as long as it doesn't become super extensive. And even then, it still has its fucking great bits of action, like where they get swallowed by a whale. Like, pretty basic idea for a seafaring story, but still, it's just so fucking cool to see. And the idea of this whale, literally ramming the red line because his friends won't come back to him. Nice little emotional twist there. And of course, and it also feeds back into the idea of the Grand Line being totally unforgiving. It's not that, like we find out that his friends, they didn't die in the Grand Line, they just gave up because it was too much for them. Like, the Grand Line will break you if you are not prepared for it. So, yeah, you gotta put it all in. If you're not, well, sucks to suck. So, yeah, not too much to say about Reverse Mountain otherwise. Pretty straightforward stuff. Nice little bit with Luffy near the end where he just beats the shit out of the whale to get his mind off of his old friends, and it's like, I will come back. Your friends didn't, but I will. So Luffy was an absolute fucking psychopath in a lot of this and a lot of this arc. Rips the fucking mast off the boat and stabs the whale with it. Just absolute chaotic mess, this Luffy. So, log pose, that's what it was. That was the name of that special compass thing. So I just saw it as a chapter title and it made me remember. So, yeah. Reverse Mountain, pretty solid transition arc. It's a solid transition into the Grand Line, which leads us into Whiskey Peak, the Whiskey Peak arc, the first real adventure in the Grand Line. We're finally here, and we get this village that the spy characters, I guess, from Reverse Mountain, Ms. Wednesday and Mr. I think it's Mr. Nine? Yeah, Mr. Nine. They lead them to Cactus Island, and there's this big old celebration as they finally get into the Grand Line. We see Zoro and Nami drinking people under the table, and Luffy eating the entire island off, out of house and home. Usopp being the grand storyteller that he is, Sanji being the playboy that he is. Just so much fun being had, but it's a trap. It's a trap. These guys are actually bounty hunters. Not super surprising, but it was a neat little twist. I do have to say though, I appreciate this mayor Igarapoi, purely because he has a saxophone that turns out to be a shotgun. So, best instrument turned into an awesome weapon. That was just, I was blown away by that. You turned a musical instrument into a shotgun. That's just good stuff. So, I like the naming convention of the Baroque works. You got all the women are named after days so far, and all the men are named after numbers. So, not sure how long that'll keep up, but it works for now. And of course, Zoro shows back up again, just completely lays waste to a lot of them. It's still a decent fight for him, so there's not zero stakes here. It still looks like he has to put in an effort now and then, but for the most part, he just, with his new swords in hand, his that are just several times better than his previous swords, he's just laying waste, and absolutely a blast to see. This was when the pacing started to kick back up again with just these absolutely baller action scenes. He's just flying all over the place. It's just good stuff. So, and I'm very interested in seeing where we go from here. I guess we're dealing with a legendary squad of bounty hunters. So, that'll be... I guess this will be the first time where Luffy and crew will have to face off against a group where multiple people in the crew are just really strong individuals. Hopefully. So, we'll get to see a whole bunch of cool enemies. I'm excited for that. Overall, really solid volume. I'm excited for more. That's it for today. Not sure where I'll be filming tomorrow. I'll be probably up at my friend's house, a little up north. Should still be able to get it uploaded on time. In any case, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you have anything to say. Let me know if you want to see more diverse locations for filming. Maybe next time I'll do it when someone's not mowing their lawn, but who knows? Maybe you can't even hear it. In any case, my name is Ember, and I'll see you next time.